When you encountered this specific equipment in a shopping mall or office building, the visual cues suggest a specific type of power. We instinctively categorize the badge and the belt as symbols of law enforcement, assuming the person wearing them holds a state-sanctioned right to detain or arrest us. Under Oregon law, an unarmed security professional holds the same arrest authority as any other person standing on the sidewalk. A police officer's power is derived from the state. A guard's authority is a narrow extension of a private property owner's rights, granted through a specific contract. This delegated authority ends at the property line. Once a guard leaves those specific boundaries, their right to intervene in a citizen's conduct vanishes. If a guard attempts a detention without meeting strict legal criteria, they stop being a protector and become a defendant. They are liable for civil torts like battery, assault, and false imprisonment. While the gear mirrors what you see on a police officer, every physical intervention by a guard is governed by the restrictive, high-risk mechanism of a citizen's arrest. Oregon Statute ORS 133.225 establishes the only framework a security professional can use to physically stop another person. The first requirement is that the crime must occur in the presence of the guard. In legal terms, this means the act must be within their direct view as it happens. Unlike police, who can make arrests based on witness statements or a review of last night's surveillance footage, a private guard generally cannot act after the fact. This scale represents probable cause. The guard must have a substantial objective basis to believe more likely than not that a specific person committed a specific crime. This creates the detention trap. A guard cannot legally force a person to stay for questioning or wait for police unless they have already initiated a formal citizen's arrest. There is a narrow exception for merchants and theater owners, who may reasonably detain someone to investigate theft or the illegal use of a recording device. Outside of those specific shopkeeper laws, restricting a person's movement without meeting the arrest statute triggers the civil tort of false imprisonment. If a lawful citizen's arrest is made, the guard is justified in using only the physical force reasonably necessary to prevent the suspect from escaping. Even in these moments, the law provides a clear alternative. Security professionals have no legal duty to act and are encouraged to retreat if it is practical. Once a suspect is in custody, the handoff must happen without undue delay. The guard is legally required to deliver the person to a peace officer as quickly as possible. If police do not arrive within a reasonable window, the guard must release the suspect. They cannot hold someone indefinitely. A citizen's arrest is a temporary hold that hinges on the rapid arrival of law enforcement to remain legally valid. These statutory requirements place the security professional on a legal tightrope, where a single mistake leads to personal liability. A guard's primary legal power is found in property control. On behalf of the owner, they are the agents who decide who is granted or denied access to the premises. Their second tool is communication, the protocol of observing and reporting activity to public safety officers. Because of the high risk of lawsuits, a citizen's arrest is a last resort tool, not a standard part of a guard's daily routine. By staying within these boundaries, the security professional respects the civil rights of the public while shielding themselves from the consequences of overstepping. When private security relies on property rights and accurate reporting, they speak a common language with law enforcement, keeping the site secure and the professionals legally protected.